Hello AMS, here's your team building challenge for our October Warrior Wednesday. It's called Team of Artists. You need groups of 4 students, or groups of 3 if we have odd numbers are fine as long as one person pretends to be 2 people. You have 1 large piece of paper and you have a marker with 4 strings rubber banded to it. These materials were dropped off in your morning meeting prior to today. Here are 2 videos we'll watch really quickly to see what this activity is all about and give you an idea of how you can do it with your team.
First week of school game, I'm sure, because I want to make sure I'm my students' privacy. But as you can see here, we have a marker with tape around it that is holding a bunch of different pieces of string. Now, shout out to my old team lead because she was the mastermind behind this idea, but the kids love it. All you're going to do is have a piece of paper on the table. Each of the students in the group have to hold on to one of the strings. They are not allowed to touch the marker, and you just tell them things to write, and it is a great community building idea. If you want to make it even more challenging, you could tell them that they can't talk, or that one person has to have their eyes closed, but...
All right, and the next video gives an actual example of some students trying this out.
Groups, your secret word is X's. Good luck. X's. Yeah, don't forget about your directions, your words. Right, left, down, up.
небольшой, чтобы Еще раз проводь.
So you get the idea. You have to work together to write those words. So let's talk about it. You're going to be working with a team, and what makes a good team? What is good team building, and what do we need to do? So for 1 minute, we'll discuss or have a turn and talk to discuss these 3 questions. What are some things that good teams do? How do you effectively communicate with group members? And what do we do when we disagree or need to problem solve? You have 1 minute. So now that you've talked about what makes a good team, let's put it to the test. For this team of artists activity, you'll be in groups of 4, like I said before. You must hand sanitize before starting and after. Masks must be worn properly throughout the activity. Each group will get 1 marker with the 4 strings taped to it, and if you need to, you can tape the paper down if you have tape. So the markers look a lot like this, and you'll have large pieces of construction paper. Here's a quick little video on how to use those markers. Each group gets a marker with string wrapped around it. All you do is unwrap the string. It's attached to the marker with a rubber band. And the 4 partners are going to each grab a string and kind of hold it from a distance. If you need to, you can adjust the rubber band or make it tighter. It's up to your group. That's part of the challenge. But you can move the rubber band. You can make it tighter or whatever you need to do. That's up to your group on how you're going to solve and work together for this team challenge. So, for the first challenge, or this is your practice time before the first challenge, once all team members are ready, you're going to practice using the markers to write the word AMS. You'll have 3 minutes to practice the technique, try a couple different ways, see what works for you guys, and you can try to write the word more than once. Use the time to problem solve and find out what works for you and your group. Some tips from students that have tried this. Make sure the rubber band is tight on the marker, make sure the strings are not crossing over each other, and try to stand in 4 corners of the paper to spread yourselves out. You have 3 minutes to practice. right, hopefully you figured out something that works for you and your team now. So our challenge number 1 is once the timer begins, you may not talk to your group members. This team building challenge will be silent. You must figure out ways to communicate without talking. Each team member will have each group will have 2 minutes to write the following word: hi, capital H, lowercase I. Good luck. Did we do it? How successful were we? How do we tell if we're successful? I guess if you wrote the word HI and you could tell that that was the word. All right, let's move on to challenge number 2. Are you up for it? This one, communication is really key for this one. You can talk for this challenge. This challenge is not timed. The goal is to be the first group to successfully write the phrase. The phrase does not have to be in cursive or exactly like it is in the picture. And the phrase is, we're better together. That's our theme. And teams are better together. So you're going to pause the video here and try to make that phrase on your paper. And I guess the winner would be whoever can write it or who can write it first. So good luck. Right? We are better together, or we are better together. And you will be successful if you can complete this challenge. I bet you this one's going to be a little tricky, but I bet you guys are up for it. Remember, communication is key, and pause the video so you can try this one. And then when you've finished it, you can come back to the video and try the additional challenges. Okay, our additional challenges. There are 2 extra ones in case you are up for it. For the first one, you would have 1 minute to write the word kind. So that is a 4-letter word, and you would only have 1 minute to successfully do that. Here is the timer. Did anybody do it? I'm sure you did. All right, this one's even more of a challenge. So for this extra challenge, all group members, except for one person in the group, must have their eyes closed. You'll work together to write the word team. So we're going to watch this quick little video clip so you can see kind of how that would work. These people have blindfolds on, but it can be done with eyes closed as well.
Okay, we're on the paper now. We're coming down towards me. All right. Round towards you, Ruby and Matt. Go up, pull up now. Now hang on, we've got to go back. We're up too high. Coming back to that spot. There, yeah. Now up towards Matt. Oh, shoot. We have to...
Towards the end of it?
No.
Everyone don't fall.
Which angle?
Just lower the paper. Yeah, that's it.
As you can tell, this one might be a little challenging, but I'm curious to see who can do it. So you're going to write the word team, and one person will have their eyes open, the rest closed, so that one person will be the one kind of guiding the team. Here we go. Good luck. You can pause the video and try that challenge now, and then come back to the video. You have successfully completed our team building challenges. If you have extra time remaining, you can try other words or try different things with your eyes closed or with not talking, up to you. But hopefully you learned a lot and worked successfully together as a team. Good job.